Did you always have the ability to write? Or is it a skill that sort of came out of you when you had something to say?
I was always a storyteller. And like in my young childhood, that was lying. So like as a second grader, you know this, right? A lot of actors and creatives have this. It's like I was such a liar when I was a kid.
Compulsive liar.
The way I love to make up stories about what I did. Like my daughter the other day told a bunch of girls in her class that she was on the Eras tour. She's 6. Like but I had to, of course, be a parent. I had to parent her through that. But also inside, I was like, get it, girl. Like, I get it. You were all in your head. You were on the Eras tour. And you can lay it out. And I was the same way. Like, I would and it cost me friendships and all the things that compulsive lying costs you. But I was a storyteller, and I would tell myself stories about myself or my friends and like that. And it wasn't until I met Mike, who is such an accomplished and fantastic screenwriter and person, that he sort of helped me learn that language. Like, I'd never taken a screenwriting class, but Mike taught me a lot about how to translate the story that's in your head onto the page.
I so admire that you have the ability to, in your lying, sort of like admit it that you lost friendships and you lost things as a result of it. I have so much shame over like the lying that I told, because it did cost me friendships. It did. And I've known, like what you said, that I was telling stories. In my mind, I was telling fantastical stories. They hurt. Some of them can hurt people, but I've had so much shame over it. And I was 14, you know what I mean?
Well, there's 2 things that happened, right? Like, first, I did so much therapy. I got into serious therapy right around the time Hush happened and have never stopped since.
Good for you.
So recontextualizing my interior shame and hatred has allowed me to do that. And so it's not like a magical thing that I had, which was self-acceptance. It's been a decade of hard work. And then the other thing is having children.
Yeah.
Watching my daughter lie, I realized that she's not the things I said that I was. She's not a monster. She's not a bad girl. She's not somehow unworthy of love. She's just trying to feel important. She's trying to prove her worth. And she just didn't have another way of doing that to these new friends at a new school. And so as her adult, I need to guide her through that and say, look, there are so many things about Theodora Flanagan that are amazing, that have nothing to do with being on the Eras tour. Like, look at all these things about you that are wonderful. You share those with your friends. And then you ask them what makes them wonderful. And that's how you build friendship. The other thing, creates a divide. And so I feel lucky to have the kids I have who are teaching me a lot about the world.
God, isn't that something I've learned what true strength is by watching my daughter, and resiliency. And, it's funny because I used to, before I had children, I always said, if I could teach resiliency, I would. And I don't know if you can teach resiliency. I think it's just something that naturally happens out of circumstance. And you, maybe you can guide to it. Or like with our daughter, how it just like hit her upside the head. And it was like, you're either going to be resilient or you're not. Like, those are the choices. But I learned something every single day from these kids, and it brings me to my knees usually daily.
But I think that shines through in your work, especially. Like, I think that's a through line through all of your characters, that they are resilient. They are survivors. They are going to get through things. And it's beautiful because it also is tempered by the such love you bring to everything you do. It's a beautiful combination. You're a very open heart and your bone deep resilience.
Oh, bless you.